everybody, and welcome to another episode of JC Live. And today I've got something different from anything we've done so far. We're always talking to instructors and people who are going through the program or people who have benefited somehow by going to JC and getting jobs in places. But now, who we're talking to today is behind the scenes, the people that make all of John Casablancas happen, and the CEO of the company, no less. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Tyler Gans. Hi, Tyler. How are you?
Hey, Dwayne. Thanks for having me. I'm excited to be here, and I gotta say, I love the intro. That was cool.
Oh, thank you. Thanks a lot. Thank you. I did that all myself. You know, I'm kind of like a little one-man show here, but
When I saw the X's and O's coming up there, I was like, we're running plays. We're ready to rock and roll today. It was fantastic. Well done.
That's right. It is very much like a football game.
Yeah.
Now, where are you location-wise?
So currently, right now, I'm in St. Louis, Missouri. Just got done traveling. Over the last few months, I have been in a lot of places. I've been in other parts of the Midwest. We were just recently in Cleveland, Ohio for a big model search. I was traveling all over Europe about a month or two ago. Recently was in Kansas. I've just been moving all around. I'll be in Chicago next weekend, next week. So yeah, there's a lot going on.
There's always a lot going on with JC, and that's just like the entertainment business itself. I think it gives people a true representation of, if you're getting into this industry, you better be ready to schedule some things and get things ready, right?
Oh, I mean, 100%. If you're not ready to go always, and you're not at your very best always, then I don't know how you could expect to do anything well, whether it's in the entertainment industry or anything in life. Being ready is a choice, and being ready to take advantage of opportunities is also a choice. And fortunately, me over the last couple of months, I guess, I've been able to do that with some cool travel and meeting some amazing people who are looking to get into the industry. So it's been great.
That's awesome. And that brings up actually a good point that I'm always telling people, that when you go through JC for 30 sessions or what have you, and you go to the end and then maybe decide, I don't want to be an actor or a model, it's totally not a waste. It's actually, you gain skills that help you in any avenue of life, any industry, like learning how to present yourself, learning how to speak to people in a more opportune way. Let's say it helps you in interviews and things like that. So thank you for bringing that up. And I always like to mention that to anybody who's watching, looking to get into the business, because that's what we do at JC. We're basically make it easy to dip your foot into the entertainment industry, see if you like it, see what's involved, and then make your decision. But the beauty of it is you're not just throwing it away if you don't become an actor or a model, right?
That's 100% right. I mean, there's no denying in the history of our company, we've had tremendous success stories in the entertainment industry. I mean, we've had people that have been on the cover of Vogue magazine, Sports Illustrated swimsuit. We've had actors who we've developed who have gone on to be nominated for Academy Awards, Golden Globe Awards. I mean, the list goes on. We're really blessed in that regard. But what's equally as important to not only what we do, but also even to the employees here and the staff, myself included, is the development as human beings that we're able to give people. You're exactly right, Dwayne. I mean, the reality is, people who are interested in coming to JC, whether your dream goal is to be walking the red carpet at the Cannes Film Festival in France, or your dream is to, just feel better about yourself and look in the mirror and feel confident, there are things that we take very, very seriously, and it means a lot to us. And fortunately, we have staff members that work really hard to set up amazing opportunities for our talent to grow both personally and professionally.
Well, and I think it comes from the top down, really, with you, because you're such a great personality. You really think about people other than just like, I mean, it could be easy for you to just say, let's do this and let's do that. And, you're like in the thick of it all the time. And what got you into this industry?
Yeah, I mean, I appreciate you saying that. And I also have to say this, the people who are in this organization at any varying degree, that's one of the things that's important to our culture, is having people that care about the talent that we choose to work with. I mean, here's the reality. We get contacted by thousands and thousands and thousands of people each and every month. I mean, every month, you look at the course of a year, there's a ton of inquiries of people who are interested in our services or interested in working with us. And we're really only able to work with a select few of those people. And the fact that for those talent that we choose to work with, I guess, really great benefit, I should say, to all of the staff members is that we can help cultivate them and help them grow personally and professionally, which kind of goes into how I got involved in this, right? So yeah. I got into this business. I've been in and around it my whole life, literally since a baby. I don't know if it was a little shaky there, but
no,
I've been in and around.
Okay, no, we got it. Yeah, we got it.
All right, we're cool, perfect. A little tremor, we're back at it, perfect. All right, so I've been in and around it since I was a little kid. I mean, I've been doing stuff in front of the camera basically my whole life, and fortunately, throughout my life, into my teens and into my 20s and beyond, I was able to walk on many different runways across the country and participate in many different photo shoots, work with incredibly gifted people and coaches. And it's just been a true blessing. I've also had family members that have been in this business, in and around this business as well. So just born into it, very fortunate. But obviously, this business takes a lot of work, and connections are important, but hard work is also important too. And I believe that I've worked hard to be where I am, and I believe everybody at JC who works here and continues to work here works hard to be where they are and helping people.
Yeah, well, it's a nice thing that we get to do. We get to work with people and help with people, but their lives are not in our hands like a surgeon or a doctor. And so I'm always feeling like, you know what? Let's make it fun. Let's have a good time. Let's everybody enjoy this moment. It's a very kind of Zen idea. But you know what I was thinking when you were talking was, isn't it exciting that only maybe 10 years ago, social media and stuff wasn't where it was, the pandemic hadn't happened. And so some of the opportunities that we actually are training people for weren't very clear to people. And now things that people were learning 10 years ago, 20 years ago, they can actually put them into play now and become influencers and stuff. We never thought about that before. It was always like commercial acting, movies, theater, whatever, but not this. And now we've got this whole other world, right?
Yeah. I mean, when you look back at the origins of this company was founded in 1972 in Paris, France by John Casablancas himself. Yeah. And the whole purpose was to find models at the local level. And then for those that don't know, John was also the founder of Elite Model Management Agency too.
And there's some great documentaries out there. If anybody wants to go and look up, just put in John Casablancas documentary and you'll get amazing stuff.
Yeah, right, exactly. And so the initial thought was, as John was developing and cultivating this supermodel, persona of all of these incredible models, Gisele Bundchen, Tyra Banks, Naomi Campbell, Anna Nicole Smith, all of these models were discovered by John. And, it's really an amazing thing. Obviously the evolution of the 70s and 80s of model searches and, everybody going there to be the next, I don't want to say top model, but certainly to be the next potential supermodel is an amazing thing. And now it's just so cool because we have content creators and we have content creators that we're developing for brand partnerships, and they're able to go on all these other platforms, and all the while, whether it's in the supermodel days of developing that or content creating days, we've been developing incredible actors that have gone on to do amazing things in the industry. And so it's just been a true it's really been an incredible ride. If you look at the history of our company, of where we started, where we are now. And Dwayne, you made a really good point about our ability to connect after the pandemic. 5 years ago, 6, 7, 8 years ago, our talent was developing in local markets, and it was amazing, and they had great opportunities, and they continue to have great opportunities. But now we're able to afford them even more incredible opportunities. We have coaches that we have and continue to have on our staff that are based in places like Africa and all over Latin America and Europe. And we have talent that we're developing from all over the world in parts like Asia, as far as
That's
Australia.
amazing. It's
crazy. I mean,
crazy. It really
it's
is
so
crazy. And you know, it's funny because so many people, I think the young people don't realize that it was so not long ago that not everybody was auditioning by videotape. Like anybody who auditioned by videotape in the early 2000s or before was just on a VHS tape, and they were already working actors that they knew that they could trust. Now anybody can literally audition for movies on Netflix, for this, for that, from their living rooms. And I'm saying to them, please, please keep in mind how easy you have it, more than anybody in all of history. And we're
right.
giving you the tools to do it. You know what I mean?
That's exactly right. I mean, it's funny because it's convenience is not only applicable to the talent, it's also applicable to the people employing the talent. And so
Yeah.
to be able to sit and watch on a screen certain auditions and get a feel for what's going on, listen, it's always path of least resistance for anybody, right? And that
Yeah.
goes for casting directors and clients and other folks as well. So
Yeah.
yes, it's an amazing technological evolution, and it's just going to continue going that direction. And the fact that we have amazing programs that help facilitate that and help teach people and give them the confidence to crush those auditions, it's just something we're super proud of.
And so tell me, like, because I know if somebody, I'm always thinking of parents for the most part, because I want parents to really understand what it is we're talking about. And so let's say somebody does come and they do classes and they do understand what's going on and they get signed. What are some of the things that can be outcomes of doing, you know, anything through JC?
Well, I think the first thing when you talk about parents, that's really important to bring up. I mean, particularly with minors, right? So, you
Yeah.
know, if you have a 12-year-old, I mean, who are we really working with? Well, we're working with the
Right.
parent, right? You know,
Right.
as much as we're developing the skills and building the confidence and teaching the 12-year-old, you know, great things about the industry, the parents also have to be educated about what goes on. You know, how are commissions split? What are appropriate questions to ask at auditions? You know, how do you carry yourself? How do you dress your kid for the audition? And so the ability at JC to not only work with talent, but work with families and work with parents, significant others, spouses, whomever they might be, roommates even, you know, we always joke psychic, grandmothers, whatever.
Yeah.
The fact
Yeah.
that we can get to know our talents inner circle is so great and so rewarding. And so, yeah, I you know, to answer your question, the
Mhm.
sky is the limit. It depends on the talent. You know, if you're somebody
Yeah.
where, you know, hey, look, I just want to kind of be involved in a community of creatives where I have an interest in acting and modeling in the entertainment industry, we have that here. If you're somebody that says, I want to take this as far as I can and be connected to agents and managers and scouts along the coast in places like New York, Los Angeles, or wherever, we have that here. So it's such a wide range and there's so many options. But what's important for us is that everything is rooted in, first and foremost, fun. You got to have fun with what you're doing, learning, making sure you know what you're doing. So when you go out into the competitive that is the entertainment industry, you have a fighting chance, and also connection and community. All of those are important to us.
Yeah, and you know, I've been with JC for 15 years now, and of course, before pandemic, we were not doing anything online. I was always in person, so I was doing photo shoots and classes and all kinds of stuff, and I got to see such an amazing array of people's experiences happen. I remember there was one girl whose hair was in her face, and she wouldn't look up or talk to anybody. And by the end, her hair was out of her face. She looked amazing. She had friends. She was so happy, and whether she became an actress or a model was really not the point. The point was that she came out of her shell and her parents couldn't have been happier, you know, and they could trust that she was around people who were like-minded and have vetted people and things like that, you know. So it's really a great place, I think, to put your energy and to put, and now that brings up the whole other end of the spectrum, which I also love, which is people who are over 50, over 60 are not realizing that they've got a beautiful situation too, because the pool is so small that if you actually are able to break through with your your personality, your looks, your perseverance, what have you, and then get out there, you could actually make a really great living. And a lot of people think that's totally contrary to what we think, because we think, oh, after 40, your Hollywood career is over. And it's like, well, maybe for like somebody who's already known as like a 20-year-old, and that's their entire existence, then they become 40 or 50 and they don't know who they are even. But not anymore. It's like, if you're 60, you can actually start in this business and actually get a lot of work. Whereas when you were 40, you may not have, because the pool was much larger and you didn't have things that set you apart, right?
The amount of, first of all, talent that we develop, you're exactly right. The pool, for better or worse, can shrink as time marches forward. But I have to tell you, some of my favorite talent that I've ever worked with in my life are the folks that come in and, at whatever age, and they come in and they say, I've always wanted to get into this, but you know what? Life happened to me. I got married, I had kids, whatever, I had a career. And now it's time for me to do what I've always wanted to do for X amount of years. And the fact that there's one person in particular who, when I was based in Atlanta, he was just an incredible person. He was on all these movies. His name was Bela, shout out to Bela. And he was somebody, he was in movies with Jamie Foxx. He was in movies with Kerry Washington. He was Tom Cruise. Like, he was meeting all of these incredible people. And then he always just would come back and just say, come back to JC and learn. And he actually became a coach, Dwayne, at one point. Wow. He was coaching for us. And he's great. And there's a ton of folks like that. And the truth is, at JC, whether you're 6 years old or you're 96 years old or 106 years old, or, whatever it might be, you're welcome here. And that's one thing that we take a lot of pride at here is, we're selective with whom we choose to develop, but everybody from every walk of life and every background is welcome here. And we encourage everybody to come here, even if you're a little nervous or a little bit shy. That's normal. That's natural. It's all right to be a little nervous or shy. It tells us you're human and not a robot. And we like that. And we like working with humans. So,
and what I find to be a popular misconception is that when you say the word model, that you have to be Cindy Crawford or Beyonce or something amazing. When we have people that get jobs as models in the background of a medical brochure, and they're real people. They don't have to look like J-Lo. So I think that's funny, because that's where the most work comes from anyway, not the J-Lo parts, because J-Lo gets it. It's not open to anybody else, right?
100%. I mean, when you look online and just look at internet banner ads or brand partnership stuff on Instagram or TikTok, or, even let's go old school. Let's go magazines and talk about, advertisements and that you're thumbing through a magazine even. I mean, most of the ads, depending on the publication or depending on the page you're looking at or whatever it is, there's going to be a variety. And you're exactly right. It's not always the classic supermodel look, let's say. A lot of times it's very, it's people that are normal, that aren't in that unattainable status. And I think that's important for people to understand that, if you have a desire to pursue anything in life, anything really, if you have a desire to do something, okay, and you put your best foot forward and you say, you know what, I'm going to learn it, I'm going to practice it, and I'm going to master it. And then you have people around you who support that goal or that vision. You can accomplish anything with those three things. And that's something we feel very strongly at JC, feel strongly about at JC.
Yeah, and I think that's always our overall kind of feeling that we're giving people is like, yeah, okay, we can show you how to walk, we can show you how to read lines, all that stuff, but ultimately, this is your business. When you're starting out, you are the director, you're the stylist, you're the choreographer, you're everything until you prove to enough people that you can do it, that they pay you, that you can then charge or pay somebody else to do those things. But until then, you have to do it, and it's up to you. So it's literally like your own business. And it's cool that I always tell people, this is not like a school when they come here to learn. It's not like like math and reading. We're all peers. So no matter what age you are, we're just somebody who's somewhere in the business where you want to go, and we can just help each other. It's not like I know something and you have to learn from me and blah, blah, blah. You know what I mean? I love that about JC.
No, 100%. One of the things that we've been able to do a really effective job of, kind of on the business side of this, for a minute and outside of the industry is we've been able through our marketing department, which, we have an incredible director of marketing at JC. Her name's Rebecca. She's really unbelievable. And
Rebecca Lord, I always say, praise the Lord.
I call her Lord of Marketing. So we all have our monikers, I guess, right? But it's funny because we were able to put together these focus groups and we ongoing focus groups because we always want to be in contact with what our talent, what the talent and what the families of our talent are looking for. And, hearing what you were saying a minute ago, one of the things we found in these focus groups that people love, our talent, the talent we choose to work with, absolutely are enamored about at JC is the ability to be part of a community. And it's interesting, Dwayne, because honestly, when we first started with virtual, I said, well, maybe this is a great opportunity to connect them to coaches in California and New York and all across the world. That's an amazing thing. But within that same breath, I just never realized how powerful community can be, and being a part of a group of creatives who have a shared interest in somewhat shared goals, and for us to be able to facilitate that and be a platform for that, and again have fun, teach, rooted in learning and in amazing experiences. Just so proud to be part of that.
And see, what happens is what happened was you created an ability for people to communicate around the country. And now that on the back end has taken its own life of its own, created a networking system that is really efficient for not only people developing themselves as talent, but the people, like you said, who are hiring talent. So now little Susie in Oklahoma, who otherwise would have had to go to New York or LA to do something, actually can show what she has. So I mean, it's just amazing, and I feel like it's like veins across the country that you've opened, and it's now everybody's connected, and it's so amazingly cool. It's like such a great community.
It's amazing, and when I look at our incredible talent scouts as well and directors that we have who do such an amazing job of representing our brand and kind of sifting through people, not sifting through people, but scouting talent, I should say, and looking at sifting through people who are either serious or not serious about doing this, and being able to discern. It's really incredible what they do and their ability to connect with people in all these different areas who have this shared interest, and finding the ones that say, you know what, you're somebody who belongs at JC. We have a saying where it's like, that's a JC person. Like you can see when they're at the open call and they're auditioning, you're like, that's a JC person. That's somebody who would benefit from being here. That's somebody we want on our team. And again, our directors do an incredible job. Our talent scouts do an incredible job with that.
And you know what? Conversely, the people that they are going through, they are actually really able to connect and see if those people are viable and if what they want is something that they want to move forward with, and I've seen them when we were in Cleveland. It was just amazing. They talked to each person. There was it wasn't like it wasn't like a game. It was like each person was an individual, and they really looked at them, and they're like agents themselves. They kind of are. That's what they seem like. They really feel like they're basically deciding, can I put this person in a and then if they find out that that's not necessarily their path or what they want, they can tell them, hey, you can still, if we think that you can do this and you're going to follow through on it, you can do this. It's just it's opportunity that probably was never there before, on a scale that it is now and across the country. It's kind of amazing. So
yeah, I also, real quick, about the Cleveland event, just for those that maybe are unaware of it. So this was a few weeks ago, maybe 4 weeks ago, somewhere in there. We did an event at Cleveland State University at the Wolstein Center, which was a 15,000 seat arena that has hosted some incredible events over there. Very world famous comedians, monster truck jams, wrestling events, concerts.
It was so cool. It was so cool.
It was so cool. And we had a big model event where a talent search where people came in, they were reading commercial scripts to talent that was, or to talent scouts that were flown across all over the country. And I just want to really a nice little, I want to thank the city of Cleveland for, that they were really great and gracious. And we found amazing talent from that, Dwayne. And, I also have to say this, while we have incredible talent scouts and directors, I also have to say our coaches, I don't even know where I could start when I talk about them. They do such, and I know you're a coach as well, so I'll direct this at you, and feel free to tell them as well. I am so proud of the coaches that we have at JC. They do an incredible job of caring about the talent, being there for the talent. There are countless stories I could tell about talent that are in stressful situations, maybe even in distress, and our coaches jump in there and make sure that they can help help the talent from a personal standpoint as well as a professional standpoint. And I can't tell you how much it means. When we talk about the talent we develop, we're developing thousands of people, and the fact that all of our coaches can connect with these people is just so amazing. And it's just something I am personally so proud of. And I know all of us at JC are proud of our awesome coaches.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, it's amazing how invested the coaches are in everything, and they just you guys do a great job of hiring coaches that are just really connected to helping other people, as opposed to just kind of, they're people who are really interested in being on camera and connecting with people. And I think that helps a lot, because anything like that, you could even send people a PDF and say, just do this, this, and that. You know what I mean? You really need to have a person with energy, and that energy is very valuable. So it's a great thing that you guys are able to get so many amazing coaches. Well, I could keep you on for hours, I'm sure, but this was I think, so enlightening, not just for people maybe that are at JC, but people that may be thinking about coming or don't even know what the heck it is we were talking about to start. Hopefully now they get a really good idea that this is a way to dip your foot into the entertainment industry, use the skills for anything you want, and you can be in any part of this country and connect with us and then connect with other people. And I mean, like you said, the options are endless. I mean, you can do whatever you want with this information and move forward with it. It's a great thing, and all from your home. I mean, like I said, if this was 20 years ago, people would be like bowing to, because they would think this is some weird miracle happening,
Yeah, it's an amazing thing what the team has put together here. From the coaches to the corporate staff, to our technology team, to our marketing team, to our accounting team, human resource. I mean, the list, our admission, our talent scouts, admissions, all of the folks on the agency side too, of helping everybody get where they need to be. And it's just something where I have to say this, if you're somebody where you're on the fence, or you're somebody where you're like, I don't know what to make, just come get to know us. Come talk to us. I mean, we don't bite. We're super friendly. We're people that, by and large, want to meet you. And so don't be shy. It's okay if you are, but you know what? Guess what? We've seen many, many shy people before. And as I said before, when in doubt, just come meet us and give us that opportunity to get to meet you.
Well, thank you so much, Tyler. I'm so glad that I've met you and have been with the company for 15 years. Continued success, and thank you so much for talking with us today.
Dwayne, it was a pleasure. Anytime you want me to come back, I'm willing to do it. You do such a great job with all of the lives. I got to give you a big shout out. It's amazing.
Thank you.
And everything that you do representing our brand, you just make us all very, very proud.
Well, thank you. I would love to actually do another episode where we talk about some further things. I think we'll have a great time, because this was so much fun. So thank you again.
Absolutely. All right. Anytime. Thank you.
Talk to you soon. And thank you guys for watching. We'll see you next time on JC Live.